George S. Patton, the general, he once said, "If a man does his best, what else is there?" What if you did your best? You served your country. You risked your life. But one day, you made a terrible choice. And because of that choice, for the country you served, your best was no longer good enough.
I was born originally in Fresnillo, Zacatecas. I came here to the United States at 7 years old, and eventually was able to get a green card through my parents. You know, I grew up watching G.I. Joe, and I wanted to be a soldier, you know, and for me, joining the military was one of the best things that happened to me. And towards the end of my military service, I had some problems with alcohol and drug abuse. I pled guilty to a discharge of a firearm in 2001, which they gave me a sentence of 3 years with a half. And when I finished my time, I was supposed to parole. They said they might put immigration hold on you because you're not a citizen. I'm like, wait a minute, I served in the military. They're like, oh, don't even worry about it. You served in the military, you're going to be all right.
But things weren't going to be all right. He grew up in Southern California. He was honorably discharged after serving 6 years in the U.S. Army. And still, Hector Barajas was deported to Mexico.
I was under the assumption that, you know, I took the oath and I'm a U.S. citizen, which the oath of enlistment is similar to the oath of naturalization. And, you know, you're 18 years old and, you know, hey, you just know, you know, Uncle Sam's going to take care of you. So I thought Uncle Sam took care of me. The citizenship was never mentioned. I was never counseled, nothing. There was no program for it. When I got in trouble, I paid my debt to society. So, and I owned what I've done. We did what most Americans won't do and put our life on the line. I think it's unjust that we're deporting American veterans. Why not change those laws? Deported Veterans Support House. This is Hector.
Barajas has been working to change those laws ever since. He opened a shelter for deported veterans in Tijuana, Mexico, called The Bunker in 2013. The men who gather at this storefront all lived in the United States and served its military. But for one reason or another, they were deported back to the country they were born in. And right now, the only legal way for them to return to the United States is to die.
So that's the only way going home is you have to be in your deathbed or you have to be dead.
They span generations: Vietnam, the Gulf War, Iraq, Afghanistan. But there are no statistics on deported veterans. Barajas estimates 40 or so have come through the bunker over the years, and they need all kinds of help. Because of their status, they can't access the VA system. So injuries, some sustained as a result of service, go untreated indefinitely.
They had families at one point, and they went overseas and they risked their lives, and they did that for their country. Now the country's going to turn around and do this to them. It's a travesty.
The men of the bunker have all made mistakes. They acknowledge that. But the fact is they served. And like so many veterans adjusting to civilian life, they may have strayed from their path. But these men paid a heavy price. They lost their country.
You know, in the military we have a motto, leaving no man behind. Support our troops, honor our veterans. But we're not honoring our veterans by deporting them. It should be more than a sticker on the back of your car.